Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And the other day, we got some news on the Smugglers Run. I think that was 2 days ago. We got the news finally on Smugglers Run 3 related to Galactic Legend Pirate King Hondo Ohnaka. So we'll be talking about those rewards, the changes that are coming to Smugglers Run as a whole, and whether or not I think these rewards are proper recompense for what they're asking you to do, not just in the case of Hondo himself, but also the final tier requiring Relic 9s. Is that really worth it? Is this a smart investment decision? So we're going to dive into this, and we're going to kind of take a look at mods in general here as well, because they are going to be changing in value with Relic Delta. So this is also kind of taking this information of Smugglers Run 1, 2, and 3 and building upon it in this world that we're going to be living in inside of Relic Delta that is coming at some point in the near future. So please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let's give a huge shout to the channel members, as always, for all of their continued support. If you're ever interested, link below. More importantly, guys, go check out the Discord. Continue to share the love. Really appreciate everybody sticking with me as we kind of navigate this game and I navigate life. I do appreciate all you guys kind of just sticking around. So let's get in here. Let's talk some Smugglers Run 3. Alright, so we're going to switch over to the screen capture here. And I've got the update for Smugglers Run 3. So this was posted by Meathead 2 days ago. He's like, we finally ready to do some real business. Today, we have news that involves Glorious Profit. We're giving you an update on Smugglers Run 3. So again, talk about, hey, some people getting him. With the introduction of Smugglers Run 3, we'll be reducing the cadence each Smugglers Run will have. To ensure everyone is getting the proper amount of rewards total, we have increased the rewards per run. The current cadence will be Smugglers Run 1 running every other Monday, Smugglers Run 2 every other Wednesday, Smugglers Run 3 every other Friday. These changes will take place in November when the Smugglers Run 3 event goes live. So, and again, they're showing you what the previous rewards were and what the current ones are, so you can tell they are increasing the rewards. It looks like to account for the less frequent, I think it was like 3 times a month. Now it's going to be 2 times a month. So this feels about the right level of increase to make up for that, which I'm all for. I do really like that approach. So again, there's their Smugglers Run 1, Smugglers Run 2. Then we get to Smugglers Run 3. So at the first tier, you're going to get Mark II Circuit Breaker Module, Mark II Pulse Modulator, Mark I Capacitor, Mark I Amplifier, Micro Attenuators, and Mystery Speed Mods. Notice up here in Smugglers Run 1 and 2, you get Mystery Health Mods. Now we're getting Speed Mods. That is a unique change. That is something we have not seen before, right? So that all sounds good, right? Okay, there's some rewards for Hondo. Then we get down into the extremely deadly Relic 9 tier. Circuit Pulse Breaker, Pulse Modulator, Capacitor, Amplifier, Fusion Coil, Flow Control Chip, Micro Attenuators, and Speed. They did adjust this. It initially said 6D. It should have been 5D, and they've increased the number of mods. We apologize for the confusion. Thank you. So initially when this launched, it had 6 dot mods, which I knew that was a mistake. Like, there's no way they're giving those out. But with that said, when you look at these things, we're going to go into the game here, and I'm going to kind of show you what they're actually giving away. So if we go to mods, we're going to start with your typical stuff. So here is your pulse modulator, right? Those are the pulse modulators. So those are nothing new. Your circuit breakers, these are nothing new. And then you go to the, oh, well, what about those, capacitor pieces and the amplifier? There's your amplifier. There's your capacitor. And then they also said you'd be getting the fusion coil and power flow control chips. Well, that's your power flow control chip, and there's your fusion coil. So we're not getting any of the variable resistors, we're not getting thermal exchange units, and we're not getting the microprocessors, which these are beginning to become a big bottleneck, a big problem in the game for us, especially if you're trying to mod characters and go beyond that green, level at 6 dot. You need these pieces, and they're not easy to come by. I really was hoping we would get some better rewards from this, because all Smugglers Run 3 is just building on what Smugglers Run 2 is. Maybe there's a few more rewards that's being added, but overall, it's nothing special. It's nothing that I'm like, wow, this is amazing. It really doesn't feel like you're getting that. And in fact, when you look at the difference here, you're getting 8 more of the capacitor and amplifier pieces. You're getting no more micro attenuators, no more speed mods, and then they're adding the fusion coil and power control chips at the Smugglers Run 3 bonus tier for Relic 9. So your Relic 9 it's adding a little bit of stuff, but it's nothing crazy. And more than that, as just being, as honest as I can here, there's no extra, it's not like I think a lot of people were intending or wondering if this event was going to be similar to, say, the Duel of the Fates, Peridia Patrol, where they're handing out gear and signal data. And it's not. It's just handing out additional mod rewards. I really think this is a miss from Capital Games, in my opinion, for that Relic 9, because I think I look at the game and where we're heading, and you've got Relic Delta coming, and giving out mod resources, while nice, it's not that helpful to players. Not that mods don't help you. I know a lot of you need mods, but mods are kind of losing value inside of Relic Delta, because doesn't matter if you have better mods than the other person. If they've got better relics than you, you're still missing out on damage, or they're still dealing more damage to you. So I've kind of felt like mods are losing value. I still feel that way. We can talk more about this in detail in other videos and stuff, but I think in the context of Smugglers Run 3, I feel like the rewards really are not proper recompense for the investment into Hondo at Relic 9. Listen, it's still better than any event that Ahsoka has right now, because she doesn't have an event. So, you're still getting something for having Hondo, whereas with Ahsoka, you're not getting anything. But I think for that Relic 9 tier, a lot of us had much higher expectations than what it actually is. And again, I think a lot of us feel let down by that. So if I'm giving you the advice of a player and saying, hey, I would not be taking your Hondo to Relic 9 for that event. That event is not going to be worth the Relic 9. You take Hondo to Relic 9 because he's a good character, because of the purpose, because of being able to use him in Grand Arena, or because of being able to use him in a territory war, or for territory battles. But just in the context of, I can get extra rewards with him through Smugglers Run 3, that's not a good enough excuse to justify that level of investment. I definitely was like, I definitely am, firmly in that camp there. And like I said, I think mods are going to end up losing some of their value. And just to touch on a conversation that happened in my Discord the other day with Shitstorm, shout out Shitstorm, by the way. He saw these rewards and he's like, mods already are losing value because, I have mediocre mods, and with the maxed out Datacrons I have and with Relic Delta, mods really won't matter. And I was like, fair point. I can argue that we have the same Relic levels and I have better mods and the same Datacrons as you, it won't matter. But you get what he's saying. I think a lot of us felt like, and I feel that mods are going to continue to kind of get devalued through Delta, because you can have the better mods in the person, but if they have more relics than you, it just doesn't matter. And I really was hoping this event would be a trigger for people to want to invest in Hondo, because that's part of the problem we had with Ahsoka, right? Part of the problem with Ahsoka as a galactic legend is people don't feel like she's worth investing in because there's no economy event. There's nothing that she's a part of. At least with Hondo, there's that, hey, he's in the raid. Oh, he's got Smugglers Run 3. But now that a lot of people see this Smugglers Run 3, it's mods, which mods are great, but is it worth me spending all these Relic 9s and signal data and farming all these extra characters for that stuff? And that I can't really answer yet. So I really felt like this was a miss. I'm very kind of underwhelmed by these rewards, and I think it's I'm going to say a little bit short-sighted from Capital Games. I understand that sticking with the Smugglers Run theme, you'd want to include mods. But then if that was the case, I was hoping that you'd at least put in some of these other resources we need for mods and not just, you know, the same stuff we're already getting just in higher quantities. In my opinion, that would be like them saying, yeah, we're going to help you with this gear change every single day. And they tell you that in the reward box that you get for completing your challenges, they're going to up the amount of Kyrotech you get, right? How you get the 3 Kyrotech every day. Oh, now we're going to give you 6. Well, most of us don't really need that much more Kyrotech. You know, helping with gear, maybe it's that I don't have to go every once in a while and farm, you know, this stupid piece on, like, Dark Side 2A because I can't find it, right? Like, that would help me with gear. You know, like this. Like, I don't want to have to go farm this piece. I don't want to have to go farm these pieces because I'm running out of stuff. That would, you know, helping me with gear would be giving me some of this stuff so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's kind of just, I don't know, maybe I'm complaining too much. You guys let me know, but that's kind of the way I felt about this. It's really underwhelming. I don't think it's going to encourage people to invest in Hondo for Smugglers Run 3 like I thought it would. And, you know, I hope that this isn't a sign of what's to come with this new game mode where rewards feel underwhelming, because like a lot of us have said, the general feeling in the community right now is pretty negative with Relic Delta. Still haven't heard about, you know, economy changes or what Relic 10 looks like. And so if this next event comes out and the rewards are underwhelming again, I think you're just going to be bad news bearers, and further kind of drive this player base into a, you know, negative, dark place. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. I love you all. May the force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.